Imagine you are walking into your office right now. You have your coffee in one hand and your bag in the other. You feel confident and you are ready for the day. But then, as soon as you step into the elevator, a colleague turns to you and says, "Good morning, how was your weekend?" Suddenly, your mind goes completely blank. You know the words, you know the grammar, but your brain feels like it is stuck in a slow motion movie. You manage to smile and say, "It was good," but inside you feel frustrated because you wanted to say so much more. This is what we call the brain freeze. It happens because your brain is still operating in your native language, and it has not yet switched into English mode. You are trying to translate your thoughts in real time, and that takes a lot of mental energy. It is like your brain is a computer that is still trying to load its operating system while you are trying to run a heavy program. Today, we are going to show you how to skip that loading screen and arrive at work with your English brain already turned on.
That feeling of freezing up is something almost every learner experiences, especially in a professional setting where the pressure is a bit higher. It is not a sign that your English is bad. It's just a sign that you haven't warmed up yet. Think of it like an athlete. A runner would never start a race without stretching their muscles first. Your brain is a muscle too, and it needs a warm-up period before it can perform. We are going to walk you through a specific routine you can do during your commute, whether you are on a bus, a train, or even just walking from your car to your desk. If you find these small daily strategies helpful for your professional growth, make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. By doing that, you ensure that you never miss these pocket-sized lessons that are designed to fit into your busy life and help you stay consistent. Consistency is the secret to moving from an intermediate level to a truly fluent one.
Let us start with the first part of our mental warm-up, which is the internal to-do list. When you are on your way to work, your mind is naturally already thinking about what you need to do. Instead of thinking about those tasks in your native language, we want you to narrate them in English using very simple patterns. The most effective patterns for these are "I am going to" and "I need to." For example, as you are sitting on the train, you can say to yourself, "First, I am going to check my emails. Then, I need to call the marketing team. After that, I am going to prepare for the 2 o'clock meeting." Notice how we are using sequence words like first, then, and after that. This helps your brain start to organize logic in English. It is not just about the vocabulary, it's about the structure. When you do this, you are building a direct connection between your physical reality and the English language without any translation in the middle.
I really like that approach because it's so practical. One thing I always tell students is to avoid being a perfectionist during this phase. If you forget a specific word for a task, don't stop and look it up in a dictionary. That breaks the flow and forces you back into your native language. Instead, describe the task using words you already know. If you forget the word for invoice, just say, "I need to send the paper about the money." The goal here is to keep the English engine running. Try to do this for at least 2 minutes. By the end of those 2 minutes, you'll notice that the words start to come to you a little bit faster. You are moving away from word-for-word translation and moving toward conceptual thinking. It's a very powerful shift that happens quite quickly once you give yourself permission to speak simply.
Once you have handled your to-do list, it's time to move on to the second part of the routine, which is the greeting simulator. This is where we prepare for the social side of the office. We all know that small talk is a huge part of the professional world. People will ask you about your evening, your commute, or your plans for the day. You can actually practice these conversations in your head before they even happen. Think of a common question like, "How are you today?" Instead of just thinking, "Fine," try to prepare a 2-sentence answer. You could say, "I'm doing well, thank you. I had a very productive morning, and now I'm ready for our team meeting." By preparing these little scripts, you are removing the stress of the moment. When the colleague actually asks you the question later, your brain doesn't have to work hard because you have already performed a dress rehearsal.
That is such a great point about the dress rehearsal. It is all about reducing social anxiety. When we are anxious, our ability to speak a foreign language drops significantly. But if you have already said the words in your head 5 minutes ago, you feel a sense of familiarity. You can even practice reacting to different situations. What if the coffee machine is broken? You can think, "Oh no, the coffee machine isn't working today. I guess I will have to drink tea." What if your boss asks for an update on a project? You can practice saying, "I am almost finished with the report and I will send it to you by noon." You are essentially building a library of ready-to-use phrases that are specific to your actual life. This makes the language feel personal and relevant, which is exactly what we aim for here at Pocket English. We want English to feel like a tool you own, not a subject you study. Now that we have warmed up our daily tasks and our social greetings, we need to look at the third section of our routine, which is what I call professional logic. As you get closer to your office, you want to start using transition words. These are the words that connect your ideas and make you sound more professional and fluent. Words like however, actually, or in addition to. You can practice these by thinking about a problem you are currently solving at work. For example, you might think, our current plan is good. However, I think we can make it better by changing the schedule. Or you could think, I have finished the first part of the project. In addition to that, I have also started the research for the next phase. Using these words forces your brain to think in more complex patterns. It moves you away from simple one-word answers and into the territory of professional discussion. And remember, you don't need to be an advanced speaker to use these words. Even at an A2 or B1 level, you can start using words like because or but to link your thoughts. The key is to start small. If you can connect two simple sentences with the word because, you are already thinking in English logic. For example, I need to finish this report because the meeting is tomorrow. That is a perfect, logical English thought. The more you do this during your commute, the more natural it will feel when you have to do it in front of your manager or a client. You are training your brain to see the relationships between ideas through an English lens. It is a very satisfying feeling when you realize you are no longer jumping back and forth between languages, but staying firmly in one lane. The final part of our 6-minute mental commute is the email visualization. Most of us spend a lot of our morning writing emails. This is often where the translation habit is the strongest because we want to be perfect. But before you even open your laptop, try to visualize a specific email you need to write. See the screen in your mind. Think about the subject line. Then think about the first two sentences. For example, Dear Mr. Smith, thank you for your message. I am writing to confirm our meeting on Wednesday. By visualizing the keyboard and the words on the screen, you are creating a mental bridge between your thoughts and your writing. When you finally sit down at your desk and open your email, you will find that the words are already waiting for you. You have already done the hard work of composing the message during your walk from the bus stop. This visualization technique is used by some of the most successful people in the world. It works because it creates a mental map. When you actually perform the task, your brain feels like it has been there before. It is much less intimidating to write an email when you have already phrased it in your head. And this doesn't just apply to emails. You can visualize a presentation, a phone call, or even a difficult conversation with a teammate. The more you can see yourself succeeding in these scenarios using English, the more your confidence will grow. And confidence is really the engine of fluency. When you believe you can say it, you usually find a way to say it. We have covered a lot of ground today, and I want to make sure you have a clear way to start using this routine. We want to challenge you to a 7-day mental commute habit. Starting tomorrow morning, as soon as you leave your house, set a timer for just 6 minutes. Spend 2 minutes on your to-do list, 2 minutes on your social greetings, and 2 minutes on your professional logic or email visualization. Don't worry if you make mistakes or if you forget words. The only goal is to keep your brain in English mode for the entire 6 minutes. If you do this every day for a week, you will be amazed at how much easier that first hour of work becomes. You will find that you are no longer the person who freezes up in the elevator. Instead, you will be the person who is ready to engage and contribute from the very first minute.
It really is about making English a part of your daily life, rather than a separate task you do only when you have a textbook open. This commute routine is perfect because it takes 0 extra time. You are already commuting anyway, so why not turn that time into a high-value training session? It is the ultimate pocket-sized lesson. If you found this routine helpful and you want more practical ways to use English in your real life, please hit the like button and share this with a friend who might be struggling with the same professional brain freeze. Your support helps us keep creating these lessons for learners all around the world who want to grow their English one small step at a time. We are here to support you in every step of your journey toward confidence and fluency. Remember that every small effort you make today is a seed that will grow into fluency tomorrow. You have the ability to change how your brain works just by changing how you spend your morning commute. It might feel a little strange at first to talk to yourself in your head, but keep going. You are building a very special skill that will serve you for the rest of your career. We are so proud of the work you are putting in, and we can't wait to hear about your progress with the 7-day challenge. Go out there today, start that mental engine, and show the world what you can do in English. Your growth is happening one pocket-sized moment at a time, and we are so happy to be part of it. Keep practicing, keep thinking, and most importantly, keep believing in yourself, because you are doing a fantastic job.